Hi everyone! In today's video I'm doing two hairstyles that were inspired by the character Claire from one of my favorite shows, Outlander. The first style is a simple bun with twists and pin curls. I started by prepping my hair with a few products. Here I'm using my favorite Heat Protect from Living Proof, and then I'm spraying in some of Veda's Air Control hairspray. This will help give my fine hair some tack and grip before curling. I've also got some lightweight gel that I'll be running through each section before I curl, and this is also something I like to do as it cuts down on any potential frizz. Once I've distributed enough product into my hair, I'll begin by sectioning it into a half ponytail. This is just a personal preference of mine in that I have a really stubborn parting and I wanted to have it slicked back before moving forward. To do this, I use some of the gel in combination with a fine-tooth comb and the palms of my hands. Moving on, I'm using a number of pin curl clips from a local beauty shop and a curling iron with a 3/4 of an inch barrel. I tend to favor this measurement over my inch-wide iron because it makes my curls last longer and look a bit more tight. As you can see, I like to work from the bottom up. The first thing I'll do is run the tool quickly along the hair to simply heat it up, and this forces the cuticle to lie flat and later helps give each section some additional definition. When I'm ready to curl, I start almost at my root. The spring of the iron keeps the hair in place, and it also helps to give me control while feeding it through. Each time I open it up, I'll turn the iron in my hand and wind up the hair. It's important to distribute that heat evenly along the strand in that this is what creates that cool little ringlet. You also want to make sure that you carry this motion down through to the bottom. Every part of the hair should pass between the spring plate and the iron because if it doesn't, you'll end up with annoying fishhook looking ends. Once the curl is ready, I'll release it and then wind it back up with my fingers, tucking it away with a pin curl clip. Anytime you use a heat tool, or even a heatless method, to change the shape of your natural texture, you're essentially breaking and resetting the hair's hydrogen bonds. By letting my hair cool in that curl shape, I'm making extra sure to lock it in. Obviously, the idea of breaking any kind of side bonds within our hair must sound scary, but don't worry, they usually go right back into their normal positions after wash day. The only time I decided not to use pin curl clips was when I reached my half ponytail. I could have, but to be totally honest, I'd grown impatient and excited to move on to the next part of this style. Once all the hair was cooled and set, the clips I did have in came down and it was time to tie it all up. I decided that I wanted the whole thing to sit right at the crown of my head, and quick little tip, when making a ponytail, lean your head back. This helps to prevent the bubble that can sometimes form at the nape of the neck below the elastic. Here I've got another elastic and a mesh bun maker. I actually get most of my hair donuts from H&M because they're so cheap and come in different colors and sizes, but you can also find them in most beauty supply stores and online. I'm sure many of you are already familiar with how to use this too, but for those of you who might not be, pull your hair through the bun maker and bring it down to the base of the ponytail. I like to use a pin or two to secure it, that way it won't slide around later. As you can see, I've tipped my head forward and I'm just using my fingers to spread the ponytail out over every surface of the donut before using another elastic around it. I'll be using whatever is left out to make my pin curls and twists. Basically, I'm separating small strands, finding the curl that I made with the iron, and winding it around my fingers. What's great about using a mesh bun maker is that it's almost like a hair pin cushion. You can lay your designs on top of it and push your bobby or U-pins directly into it. Obviously, I don't have naturally curly hair, but if you're a person who does, you can still do this, and you're lucky because you can ignore the whole first part with the curling iron. Just make your ponytail, tie down your bun maker, and follow the shape of your hair's natural curve. In fact, if any of you curly girls out there give this a go, I'd love to see your interpretation whether on Instagram or Facebook. I'll leave links in the description. I can't remember what scene it was exactly, but I do have a vague recollection of Claire's character wearing a ribbon around her bun, so that's what I'm going to do also. I've chosen a bright yellow piece because it's one of my favorite colors, and all I did was wrap it around the bun and make a bow. And there you have it, first style completed. For the second version, I'm doing something that involves more curls and a tuck. This one was influenced by some of the newer Parisian styles that we're seeing in the second season. I've prepped my hair with the same Heat Protect and hairspray as before, but this time I'm using a curling iron with a 3/8 of an inch barrel and no pin curl clips. As in the first instance, I prefer working from the bottom up, so here I'm sectioning my hair accordingly. I'm also using the same lightweight gel on each cross piece before curling. And since this iron is so thin, I find that it's actually easier to ignore the spring altogether. So here I'm using the tool as though it were a clipless one, and I'm taking small sections and simply winding them around the barrel. I purchased this iron from a local beauty store here in New York City. The brand is called Hot Tools, and actually I really like and use a lot of their styling appliances. I'm going to link this particular one in the description below just in case you're interested in checking it out. I found it on Amazon for under $30, and it's always nice to have a few different sized barrels in one's arsenal of hair gadgets. I'm also going to link my friend Shannon's Masende tutorial, because in it she uses simple drinking straws to achieve the same effect without a heat tool. I had to stop for a moment to admire the curls when I was done because they sort of felt like Claudia from Interview with the Vampire. If only my hair could be this way naturally. They say the grass is always greener on the other side though, right? Anyway, going along, I split my hair into two pieces and clipped up the top so that it wouldn't be in my way as I worked. I started on the bottom by gathering my hair into a low ponytail at the nape of my neck, and using my hand like a temporary elastic, I carefully twisted my hair to one side while pulling it upwards. In essence, I'm making a French twist. Once the base of the twist is pinned into place, there's probably going to be a tail of hair left over, and that's exactly what we want, because it's with this that we'll be making a small knot bun. It doesn't have to be pretty, just neat and secure, and that's because its only function is to cushion and volumize the top portion of hair. And speaking of, I took the top down and pulled it up and back. My focus was primarily on carefully breaking up curls and getting them to lay in positions that I thought were most flattering. I also tied an elastic around the ends, and I did this so I'd have a guide as I worked on the back of my own head. You can see that all I'm doing is wrapping the ends around my fingers and then slowly rolling the hair downwards. I want the tuck to cover the bun, and since I couldn't see the back of my own head, I had to rely on my hands to be my eyes. You'll notice that the sides of the tuck are sort of loose and drape over my ears, so to remedy that, I simply rolled that hair up and used a few additional pins to secure it. And there you have it, second style completed. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed both of the hair ideas in this tutorial, and if you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up or a comment. Until next time, have fun and keep braiding. Bye!